Hi class, so we have kind of finished learning the lessons for Module 5, so the next 2 days, today and tomorrow, are all just going to be about reviewing and just practicing as much as we can, just so that way we feel like we have enough time to, use some strategies, okay? So just to remind you, there's a bunch of different tools that we've practiced using. So we've done the vertical method, which in my opinion is definitely the fastest way to do it, but I think that if you need a different strategy to use, then that's what you should try. The other one is doing the place value chart, and that one is in the best way to really see the numbers, but it takes a while to draw it out. So everything has a good side and a bad side. Then there's the arrow way, which is another strategy to use for both addition and subtraction. There's the number bond, and that one is a really good one to break apart some numbers. And then you can also do a tape diagram, and I recommend this one for subtraction. Okay, so we're just going to kind of walk through them one more time just to help you understand, and I'm just going to do it with a bit of a simple, I'm going to kind of shrink this down too, a simple problem, just so that way we can kind of see all of them used in a different way. So let's say we were given a problem and it said 127 plus 23. Okay, so vertical method is, just to remind you, when you write the problem, up and down. Okay, and this one is where if you have to borrow, you carry the numbers over, or if you have to unbundle, you carry the numbers back if you're doing subtraction. So I always think about it this way. Remember we talked about, like, if there was like a rain cloud, everything always goes down. And so that's what you always have to pay attention to. We never do vertical form going up. That's bad. We don't want to do that. Okay? So let me erase my little extra pieces here. So 127 plus 23. So we start 7 plus 3 is 10. So I'm going to put my 0 down. I carry my 1 over. Okay. Then I see 2 plus 2 is 4. Plus 1 more is 5. And then 1 plus an imaginary 0. There's nothing there. 1 plus nothing still leaves us with 1. So in vertical method, our answer is 150. Okay? So I'm going to put a little check mark. That's vertical method. The next one we're going to practice is the place value chart. And we are going to show it with the hundreds, tens, and ones place. Okay? And so I'm going to show 127 first. So I have 100, 20, 10, 20, and 7 ones. And then remember, we always talked about trying to line them up in groups of 5. Okay? So 127, and then I need to add 23 more. So here's my 1, 2, 3, and then 10, 20. Okay? So then this is where we see, oh, I have to carry over. This was 10 ones. I can't have that. I have to carry it over into the tens place. So now there's nothing in my ones place. So I have 0 there. I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens and 100. So we can see 150 was the same answer that I got from doing it up in vertical form. Okay, so that's the place value chart. I'm going to cross that one off. Okay, so then the next method is the arrow way. So that would be where you kind of look at each place value amount that you have and continue across. So I see I have 2 tens and 3 ones. So 127 plus 10 equals 137. Plus 10 is 147. And then you could either decide, do you want to do plus 1, 148, plus 1, 149, plus 1, 150, or sometimes people just go straight to plus 3, and that'll get them to 150 as well. So it's kind of up to you. You get to decide which one works out best for you. Okay, so that's arrow way. The number bond, it will especially work well on this problem. So let me erase my arrow way. Because we can make a 10 with 2 of these numbers. So 127 plus 23. If I were to break apart this number, I see that I have 120 and 7 here. And this number is 20 and 3. So sometimes the best way to do it is finding a 10. I see 7 plus 3 equals 10. 7 plus 3 equals 10. And then I have 120 plus 20 equals 140. So then I just have to add those two numbers together. 140 plus 10 equals 150. Okay, so that's the number bond way. It especially works out well if you see a way that you can make a 10, because it'll simplify the problem. Okay, so that's the number bond, or the number bond. And then the last one is the tape diagram, and I still really like using this one more for subtraction, but you could do it with addition. So let's say I had 127 on one side and 23 on another, and we want to add these two sides up. Well, one thing that you could do is you could move the 3 onto this side and take it away from this side. So you could rewrite your tape diagram like 130 plus 20, and that is where you are kind of sliding things around on a tape diagram, where you're taking this 3 and you're moving it over to this side and you're simplifying it. So 130 plus 20 equals 150. Now this problem it worked out really well on because we could make a 10. Other problems it's not as easy, so that's why this is sometimes a good strategy to use, sometimes it's not. It just kind of depends on what the problem is. But overall, the 5 main strategies that we've talked about are these ones. And I know that there's different things that we've discussed, but for the next 2 days, we're just going to be practicing using the strategies that work the best for you. I always still recommend drawing it out if you're not feeling confident in adding with mental math. And then vertical form is always the way to go when it comes to really doing large problems too. So these two, in my opinion, are still the best ways to go about doing the problems, and especially to check your work. The arrow way and the number bond and the tape diagram are other strategies to use to really help you. And if you are asked to use them, then you need to use them. But if it says use any method you'd like, you get to decide. Okay? So go ahead and work on those problems and try your best.